Kari Lake, this crazy asshole who's trying to be governor of Arizona, who lost the election in Arizona, Katie Hobbs, is now the governor-elect. Well, Kari Lake, who is delusional and possibly psychotic, and just an absolute champion of the insane right in this country. For example, Donald Trump and the militia types. She is out of her goddamn mind. Well, she filed a lawsuit in a court in Arizona challenging Katie Hobbs's victory. And an Arizona judge dismissed most of what Kari Lake's lawsuit involved, contesting her defeat to Katie Hobbs. But even though the judge dismissed 8 of the bullshit 10 claims that Kari Lake had in her lawsuit, Kari Lake is now saying it's a win for her campaign. Yes! She wrote on Twitter this, Kari Lake, the psycho. She wrote, "Our election case is going to trial. Katie Hobbs' attempt to have our case thrown out failed. She will have to take the stand and testify. Buckle up, America. This is far from over." Oh, for Christ's sake, buckle up, America. This is one thing that these psychos share, from Trump to Kari Lake to Giuliani to just every one of them. They have these egos that they think the world revolves around their little bullshit moments in the national press. And to these people like Kari Lake, all of a sudden she's the star of the world. Buckle up, America. Ooh, wow, are you going to like this? Hey, Kari, this is shit. Except nobody cares that you are going to have your case absolutely, result in a huge embarrassment for your stupid ass. Now, a county superior court judge in Maricopa County, Judge Peter Thompson, dismissed 8 of the 10 claims that Miss Lake brought in her lawsuit. And in that lawsuit, she was asking this judge to either declare her the winner, even though she didn't get enough votes to be the winner, or hold a revote in Maricopa County. I mean, it's just, it's beyond my rage level. You know, I can get extremely angry. I can get right up to the top of the thermometer where it looks like the mercury is going to break through and it's going to blow all over the room. I can really get pissed off. But I don't know how to handle the pissed offedness I feel when scum like Kari Lake or Donald Trump or the rest of these swine do this kind of stuff. Now, among one of the many constitutional claims the judge dismissed included Kari Lake's allegation that Hobbs, in her capacity as Secretary of State, engaged in censorship by flagging social media posts with election misinformation for removal by Twitter. What does that mean? It means nothing. I mean, absolutely means nothing. But one of the claims was that people were saying things on Twitter that it could only be seen as misinformation. No, Kari Lake, you psycho, that's what you do. That's what you Christian terrorists do. And it's not a basis for a lawsuit, you crazy woman. Lake's attorney said during the hearing on Monday when this shit was dismissed, Lake's attorney said, quote, "This case is also about a secret censorship operation set up by the government that would make Orwell blush." End quote. Egomaniacal bullshit, hyperbole that is off the chart. This is just incredible stuff. Now, the judge didn't take any position, at least not officially, on the merits of Lake's 2 surviving claims. And he allowed the trial to move forward. The other two claims involve printers malfunctioning on election day. I mean, have you ever had an electronic failure in your house? You know, the lights go out and you realize that maybe 2 blocks away, some jerkwad hit a telephone pole and knocked out a transformer, so there goes the power in your neighborhood, right? So printers malfunctioning on election day in Maricopa County, and it took about 10 minutes to repair them, right? Or replace them, whatever. And then the other charge that Kari Lake came up with that the judge is allowing to go forward, probably for the comedy involved, is her questions, Kari Lake's questions about the chain of custody of ballots on election day. This this from a person whose entire political philosophy and all of her supporters have no problem stealing shit, moving shit, hiding things, destroying records, making false claims, coming up with fraudulent ideas. They have no problem doing that when it's designed to weaken the win or the position of a Democrat. But when it comes to them, these dirty bastards will do anything, and they do anything to corrupt the results of an election. So the judge told Kari Lake's team of assholes, her legal team, quote, plaintiff, that's Kari Lake, must show at trial that the election day printer malfunctions were intentional. And they were done to affect the results of the election. And that such actions actually did affect the outcome. Oh my God. Well, good for the judge. I think what he's saying there, okay, boys and girls, if you're in my courtroom, I guess I can throw out 8 of your bullshit claims, but you're going to have to show that the power going out was somehow done intentionally to take away your victory. Now, Kari Lake in her lawsuit claimed that there were, his words, hundreds of thousands of illegal ballots, end quote, in Maricopa County. Right. Isn't that what they always say? Isn't that what Trump says? Yeah, there's hundreds of millions of illegal ballots. Ah! And the printers that malfunctioned were not certified. They weren't certified printers. They were uncertified. And that they had, quote, vulnerabilities that made them, quote, susceptible to hacking. And let's not forget that the printer failures were because of, quote, intentional action. Now, there's a 2-day hearing scheduled for today and tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. And in those hearings, unless they're delayed by these scum Nazis, Miss Kari Lake will have to prove her claims. And the judge will also allow her legal team to present evidence that Maricopa County violated its election manual regarding ballot chain of custody. Now, what Kari Lake, a former news reader on some local TV station, what she is claiming is that more than 300,000 Maricopa County ballots did not have proper chain of custody paperwork. And that resulted in her loss. My God. Maricopa County says bullshit. Well, they said it a different way. And their argument is that Miss Kari Lake does not understand the various forms of paperwork. Now, the judge called this claim a dispute of fact rather than law. So because of that, Miss Kari Lake will be allowed to present her evidence in court. And an attorney for Katie Hobbs, who won the election, said, quote, if there's anything rotten in Arizona, it's what this contest represents. The attorney went on to say, for the past several years, our democracy and its basic guiding principles have been under sustained assault from candidates who just cannot or will not accept the fact that they lost. The judiciary has served as a bulwark against these efforts to undo our democratic system from within. End quote. Good point, guys. Now, Maricopa County has been a target for these legal challenges during the recent election cycles. You probably know this. The threats from right-wing commentators like the filth on the Fox sewer and right-wing Christian demon politicians and the militia types in this last midterm were so extreme that they forced election workers into hiding. And despite zero evidence of fraud, Kari Lake's Nazi Christian allies pushed lies and accused county officials of disenfranchising voters. Oh, my God. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.